Wow, green screen is actually pretty cool. I got a big hole in my stomach. Alright, back to being serious, I guess. Not long ago, the Rules Committee of EDH banned Paradox Engine, and me and many others were a bit sad about it. I remember the last time the Rules Committee did something like this that made a lot of people get a bit upset. It was when they allowed silver-bordered cards. There was a lot of people that didn't like that. I was a bit in between. I disliked it, I liked it, it was a bit weird. I actually played against a deck that contained a lot of silver-bordered cards, and that game got really weird. For me it was unplayable, to say, in my short opinion. The topic arose back then as well. Let's make our own cEDH ban committee and our own cEDH ban list. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you might have noticed that I do gameplay videos, and some, not all of them, but some of those gameplay videos contain banned cards. For example, the most banned card that has been played is leovold, played by a guy named Otto. In short, this is my friend Otto's leovold decklist. This is a typical leovold with the Ferris puzzle box, there's a windfall, there's a time twister, and all that evil stuff. And he wins with Tide Sprout Tyrant. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about my playgroup's ban list, and some people have also asked about the leovold deck list. Now, I'm gonna say something that might surprise you, considering I'm playing with some banned cards. But I don't think that we should split the community. I don't think we should make our own cEDH ban committee, and I don't think we should make our own cEDH ban list. But first, let me actually explain how my playgroup actually handles and uses the ban list. We actually follow the ban list, believe it or not. But every time we sit down for a game, from time to time, people ask the question, hey guys, is it okay if I play this card that is banned? And if everyone is okay with it, then it's fine. But if only one person says no, then it is a no, and that person isn't allowed to play that card. So for example, every single time Otto wanna play leovold against us, he actually has to ask the question every single time. Is it okay if I play leovold? And if only one person says no, then it is a no. So for example, Otto has been asking this leovold question for some time, and I said yes recently. Then suddenly he also asked, is it okay if I also play Upheaval? Now Upheaval is a sorcery for 6 mana that will return all permanents back to owner's hand. And I felt at the moment a little bit, no. So I actually said no to Upheaval. But then I said, I'm probably gonna say yes to it in the future. So in the future, you're probably gonna see a gameplay video from Otto with leovold Upheaval. That's gonna be something. For a lot of people, leovold Upheaval sounds like cancer, but for our playgroup, it actually sounds like a very interesting thing, like a really interesting experience to play against. We actually enjoy play testing and trying out things outside of the ban list, also to test the ban list, but to test fields and open waters that haven't been tested yet. Here I have another example, Rhea Ivor Resistance Leader. This is a fan-made card. This card isn't printed. This card is illegal in every form of way. This card is made by MI5NBG7. The names people have on Reddit. In any case, I want to playtest this thing because I think it looks cool. And I want to try out and playtest the mechanic, the myriad mechanic. And I want to see how strong this is, because in theory, this could kind of work in a competitive power level. But you kind of want to playtest it to see how well it works. So I'm pretty much gonna print this as a proxy. I'm gonna ask my 3 opponents whenever I got the chance if I'm allowed to play this, if they wanna play against it. And if they say yes, or when they say yes, I'm pretty much gonna upload that video. And the purpose to actually playtest this thing is just to become a more knowledgeable, experienced player. because when you playtest this thing, you can say how strong a Boros commander that gives all your creatures myriad actually is, and you can say it's broken, it shouldn't see print, or you can say it's not that strong actually, they could as well print it because it's not gonna affect the format at all. Or I might learn and discover that this is a beautiful, wonderful mechanic and it's gonna make Boros function and it's gonna help the competitive format thrive. Like honestly, this is happening. This looks so fun that no ban list whatsoever is gonna stop me and my playgroup from playtesting this thing. I hope that I have kinda explained what I am trying to do and showcased what I'm also trying not to do. I'm not trying to make leovold legal. I'm trying to playtest leovold to figure out his power level. I think I should clarify one more thing, that I'm not against if a group of people wanna sit down and create a cEDH ban committee and make their own cEDH ban list. The only thing I'm gonna say is that I'm not gonna participate in that. The amount of energy to actually manage and figure out a cEDH ban list is just, I don't want to do that. So here comes a really important part to think about. It could fail. So let's say a group of people sit down and become the cEDH ban committee. They make their ban list, they make a website, they write some rules, they fix the format. A good thing, cool. Then no one plays it. And all that energy you've put into this is just wasted away. Just like Leviathan and Brawl and also Tiny Leaders. There is a lot of formats that have been created that have died. And that is just sad. But we should still try and make new formats to play, because just because formats fail and die isn't a reason to stop trying. But my argument is this: do you actually know how much energy the EDH ban committee have put into EDH? I can tell you it's quite a lot. There is a really interesting interview with Sheldon, basically one of the people behind creating the EDH format, where he talked about the history and making the EDH format. Sheldon is basically a judge that goes to GPs and judge on those events. He also brought EDH decks with him that he could showcase between games to players, showcasing and making EDH grow widely across the world. Making a website and then posting something on forums like Reddit, etc., and saying, here is a cEDH ban list, isn't the same. You need to get out there, you need to showcase it to people, and you need to make people play test it so it sticks. And that is a really energy demanding activity. Or, well, you need to do a little bit of both to be exactly. But there's also a possibility that you could harm the format in a little bit of a way, or let's say harm the community in a little tiny bit of a way. So let's say you make the split. You have the competitive format and you have the casual format, and they can't play with each other. They can currently play with each other, and that is a good thing in my opinion. They shouldn't. They should play with each other in fixed ways, like this. When I go to my local game store with my competitive deck, I bring a bunch of 10 to 50, 30, 20-ish cards that I bring with, and when I arrive at a table, I scan the power level, and when I realize the power level, I adapt my deck towards that power level. So I power down my deck. So if I have a fully tuned competitive deck, I can take out a bunch of cards and I can put in some casual cards that is gonna make my game plan into a more casual game plan. And this is possible because the casual format and the competitive format are close to each other. It's easy to convert some competitive decks towards casual power level. If you make a competitive EDH format where it is close to impossible for me to convert my decks toward casual power level, I am probably not gonna play your format because of this, that I can't find opponents all the time. I wanna play EDH, and if I can't find any competitive players, I am gonna play against casual players, tuning down my power level towards theirs. It's not possible to do this with all the current existing competitive decks. For example, Shimmer is close to impossible to convert so you can play it against casual players. It is also really tricky to convert Thrasius and Tymna towards casual tables. I've tried and it's not that good. But you can convert Bloodpod. I can convert my Citadel. I simply remove the Citadel, Aetherflux, Sensei Top, and I just add in more janky legendaries. That's easy. The same with Bloodpod. Just remove the entire Kiki pod, the entire Survival of the Fittest Kiki lines, remove Kiki Jiki completely, and just add in some casual janky creatures. But it's also so cool that we're such a huge community. Believe it or not, but I actually talk a lot with casual players about casual EDH. Even though I'm a spiky competitive player, there's a lot of cool topics about casual EDH and casual power levels as well. And it's nice to have so many EDH friends to talk and play with. Now, I actually don't play that much casual EDH. I'm quite focused at playing as much competitive EDH as humanly possible, but I enjoy having conversations with casual players about new cards and the casual metagame. To give you an example, Modern and Legacy are two completely different formats and two completely different communities. Some people are in both communities, but in general it's two different communities. Imagine that happening to EDH. Now you could say that competitive EDH and casual EDH are two different communities, but we are like brother and sister. We're very close to each other, and it feels like we are in the same community, even though we differ a little bit away from each other, but we're still together. Now, what I actually think would be best for the competitive part of this format is that we had a voice that the ban committee listened to, that they sought our input and actually thought about us. The last thing I want to say is that I actually respect the decisions the ban committee does. I don't agree with them all the time. I actually don't agree with the Paradox Engine ban. I am still sad about that, but I am gonna accept it. Me and my playgroup, we're gonna play the card when we feel like it in private. When we go officially, globally and play on GP tournaments and anything like that, we're not gonna play the Paradox Engine because we accept the decision from the rules committee. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like what I do and you wanna support me, consider sharing my videos or even checking out my Patreon page. Also, purchasing cards from the TCG Players website using the affiliate link down below will also help the channel grow. So a big thank you to all of you.